Welcome to Soul Infused Monday. Welcome back. I'm super excited that you're here. Thank you so much for being here with me today. It means the world to me, and your consistency and your commitment to learn, grow, and discover more and more about yourself every week. Now, today I'm going to do a little bit something practical with you. I'm going to do tapping, EFT, emotional freedom technique. And I know it always takes a moment for people to jump in. So I'm going to give this today a moment because this is a practical session where you are going to tap along with me. And it doesn't matter if you know about tapping or EFT, or if you're super expert in EFT or tapping, you're in the right place either way, and you can follow along. Now, the topic for today is about body love, body judgment, body positivity, whatever you want to call it. And I've been talking to a lot of women over the last 20 years, but particularly in the last, last year. And I know this is a topic that is a really challenging one, and I have a lot of personal experience with it too. So it's very close to my heart. Now, before I jump in, leave me a comment below and say hello, where you're watching from, and if you see and hear me clearly. And if you're new to this show, it's the Soul Infused Monday show, weekly show every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm your host, Sonia Bueno de la Torre, and I've been on this journey of teaching and helping women and men all over the world to feel good about themselves, to cultivate self-love, to kind of like peel off the layers of the stuff that's in the way for us to truly be authentic, to live in alignment with our truth, to be in confidence, in self-love, in communication, in love, whatever you want to call it. And I'm super excited to be here today with you. And if you believe that this topic is relevant for some friend or another woman or another man, some men also struggle with body love, not as many as women, please share this video right now. Share this video and tag a friend, invite them in, invite her or him in to do this together with you. Hi, Emily. Hi, Tine. Fantastic. You see and hear me clearly. Okay, so I have one other question for you. And I want to give a quick disclaimer here. First of all, so that you know what you can expect and what you cannot expect from this show today. So what I'm not going to do today is to go deeper or more specific around what EFT or tapping is, how it works, and teach you how to do it yourself. I've done this in the past, and I also have a 2-hour workshop that I've done that you can get if you're interested, and you can send me a private message. So I'm not gonna go specific into that. I wanna use today's show to do something with you practically so that you can use it right now to work on your own self, body image issues, self-judgment, whatever it is. So this is disclaimer number one. Number two, I'm going to do a short sequence with you, and it might already really make a huge shift for you, or it might be a very small shift, or you might not be aware there is a shift. So what I want to invite you is to really put any expectations aside, not be attached to any outcome, and to be open to receive, and to also trust that when we are working energetically, and I create this field and I create the sequence, that there's always something working within you, whether you notice it or not. And sometimes it takes time to integrate, and sometimes you notice it in a different level, or you simply is a consciousness shift that you don't necessarily notice right away. Does that sound good? If you are okay with that, give me a thumbs up here, hit the love button, hit whatever button there is, or leave me a comment below, because it's very important. And the last piece I want to say about the disclaimer, you are 100% responsible for your well-being. So if you follow along with me and whatever is coming up for you, you are responsible. So if you feel like you're in a very vulnerable, sensitive, or this might trigger something that you are not going to be able to handle yourself, then this might not be for you, even though I don't think that's going to happen. But I want to be very clear. I am not responsible for it. You are responsible for it. So having said that, take a sip of water and take a deep breath. I am going to give you a few practical things so that you know what to do. But basically, it's going to be super easy. It's going to be super simple. You simply tap along with me. I'm going to tap certain meridian points that are close to the surface. So EFT, emotional freedom technique, is an energy tool that uses the Chinese meridian points, or the meridian points, and the points that are closest to the surface. Of course, there are way more points. And if you are familiar with EFT and you wonder, why am I not using all the points? This is totally intuitive what I'm doing. I use a very advanced form of energy healing that I often don't do the tapping anymore when I work with my clients. However, I find it a very valuable tool that works, especially if you don't know how to do it yourself. So the sequence that I'm going to use for the inducing body love and more acceptance has never been created before, because I'm creating it in the moment. So also, if you think, oh, but there are other points, why is she not tapping that? It's because they're not coming through me, so they're not necessary in this moment. So, hi Tahira, welcome to the show. So I'm going to show you a few points and I'm going to tap, and you just follow along. It's like the side of the hand is one that I could tap, collarbone, chin point, underneath the nose, underneath the eye. Here's this bone on the side of the eye, eyebrow point. There are other areas, fingers or on top of your head, and maybe totally different points that I'm going to use while I'm doing the sequence with you. And it doesn't matter if you use the right hand, the left hand, both hands, that you can't do anything wrong. That's the beauty of this. You literally cannot do anything wrong. How great is that? So take any pressure off. You have nothing to lose. So you are in the right place if you want to follow along. I want to invite you to tune in and ask yourself a question. To give me a number. Now, I know that accepting our bodies is easier said than done. And forget about even comparing yourself with anyone, because every woman, and I'm addressing this more for women, but I know men also struggle with this, but it's more collectively a women issue, that women are very conditioned about their appearances and the need to be perfect and the belief that we have to look a certain way in order to be loved. And I can totally relate to that. Now, maybe you struggle with this more, or maybe not as much. Maybe you know someone who really struggles with it. It varies from severe self-hatred around your body, like really hating or certain parts of your body, and a mild version of criticism around your body. So depending on where you are, you will have a different experience today. Now, hi Melissa, I'm glad you made it too. Fantastic. Now I want to ask you to give me a number, and the number is just to see where you're at. I want to do this for you today. So what you are giving me today will be relevant, because I'm going to tune in and ask for the information that is most valuable for you today. I have two questions for you. Tune in to your body for a moment. Tune in for tune into your body for a moment. You can even close your eyes if you want to. And if you would have to give it a number on how much you accept your body, and keep, like, it's more of an overall general. There will be certain specific parts of your body that you like less or more. Now, if you would have to choose a number between 0 and 10, 0 is like you hate it, there is nothing you like there's really like zero self-love, acceptance, or compassion, like 0. And 10 means there is no judgment whatsoever. You love everything 100% all the time. So between 0 and 10, and I can tell you right away, you cannot be a 10, otherwise you would be in denial, and you cannot be a 0, you would be in denial. Why? Because there's always something you like about your body, even if it's just a piece here that you don't judge, right? And 10, when we kind of like have this, oh no, I love myself, everything about me, usually as being on the other side of denial that that's not true. So anything in between. And be honest with yourself. It's not about, proving anything. It's not about pretending anything. It's for you to have a reference point in this very moment. Yesterday might be different. 6 months ago might have been different. And I'm going to play along with you. And I'm always like to be very transparent with you, because it's so easy to look at people and think, oh my God, but she's so beautiful. What's her issue, right? So tune in for a moment, take a breath. At this moment in time, right now, what is your number from 0 to 10 that you actually accept your body, that you're comfortable with your body, that you love your body? And give me the number in a comment. And I'm going to share my number. And my number is extremely different between now and 7 months ago, or 10 months ago, or 12 months ago, because since that I went through severe surgery in January, and I'm not going to go into details here. If you've been following me, you know about it. If you have not been following me, you can either reach out to me if you want to know more about it. You can go to my website and read about my story. But since the surgery and recovery and things not going the way that I wanted it, or that didn't come out the way, I really revisited what it means to not feel comfortable in my body again. I worked like my whole entire background is learning how to love myself, love my body, work towards that. And the 40s were the best years of my life, because I finally kind of felt like good about myself, good in my body. And now that I'm kind of like recovering, going back, having to deal with certain changes in my body and how it looks and how it feels. And I had moments over the last few months, and even recently, where I had moments where I was so unhappy in my body. And remembering the feeling of self-criticism, body discomfort, shame, whatever you want to call it, just felt like, wow, I wanted to address that, because it reminded me how painful it is, because I've not been living there anymore, right? So I just wanted to share it a little bit, that no matter where we are in our journey, and no matter how you might think someone looks or feels like, it's an issue for all of us, and it can come revisit. So I want to see your numbers here. And not everybody's leaving a number, and I understand that. Maybe you don't feel comfortable. And at the same time, it's like, you are not alone with this. Like, everybody struggles this with in some way or another. Just to have a reference point. I would say before, maybe last year, before going into surgery, I would have said I'm at least an 8, most of the times. Maybe sometimes even a 9, sometimes a little less, but I was quite high on the scale. And at this moment right now, today, I would say I'm a 6, but I had moments in the last few months that I was, if at all, a 5 or even less. So I'm with you on that. And there's no shame in it. Don't be ashamed of your struggle. So that's what I want to invite you. Okay, I have here between 5 and 6 for number 2, daily struggle my entire life. Thank you so much for your honesty. Yeah, I'm with you. Oof, I hear you. And when it comes to body acceptance and love, it's a journey. It doesn't happen overnight. And even though most likely know what I'm saying right now, and I will say it anyway, because we need reminders. Your worth has nothing to do with your body. And your conscious mind said, yeah, duh, I know this. Yeah, but why we feel so uncomfortable in our bodies is because we carry beliefs that we are not good enough, we are not worthy, we have to be perfect to be loved. We are extremely afraid of rejection and what other people think of us. And when you are in the main perspective of that, because you're living in that reality, no matter how you look at yourself, you will find flaws all the time. So ultimately, the solution is really to do the deeper inner work and to reconnect to your higher self, to reconnect to who you really are. As long as you stay attached to your body, that I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. As long as you stay attached to your body and being that what you believe is most worth it, or what creates love or not, or well-being or not. And we're so conditioned, so don't feel bad about it. And it's just a subconscious programming that has different layers and gets triggered in different ways. Does that make sense what I'm saying so far? Is this landing for you? Give me some feedback here real quick. So because I really want to make this for you, and I want to know if this is landing for you, if this is resonating with you, and if this is making sense. And then I'm going to start into the tapping sequence in a little. I know this is going to be an overtime show today because I felt this was all needed to be shared before we even go to the tapping, even though we're going to maybe only tap 10 minutes. Emily, thank you for sharing. I totally get that. That's totally, it's all good. It is what it is. It's perfect. Now, you're not only not your body, your body, the way you have it, is meant for you to have it this way, and it's functional and perfect and beautiful in some way. And I know it's hard to swallow sometimes and even receive this. Right now, I'm in the same boat. And at the same time, I know that to be true on a very deep level. And even having that inner critic in us and kind of like saying, you know, you're fat, you're ugly, or whatever the critic says. There's a deep sense of knowing the truth. And the truth is always going to set you free. And I'm not talking about the truth of that inner critical voice, the truth of who you are. The truth of who you are. Because the truth is also, we're going to get older. I'm 50 now. It's not going to get easier, I can tell you that much, without the inner work and really the consistency and commitment and the exploration of who I am on a deeper level. Without it, it's just going to get worse and worse. So you might want to have fun with it because it's not going to get easier. And society is certainly not supporting us in this. Anti-aging here, get this butt lift here, get the fake eyelashes there. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with you. Do whatever it takes for you to feel as good as you can feel. You know, if it's makeup, whatever. I'm not against it whatsoever. I'm just saying, don't underestimate the pressure. Social media, that everything is like, I would say 90% everything is fake there. Not everything, 90% is fake. The pictures, the videos, you can enhance everything. People don't look like that in many ways. So just to be aware of that pressure, and that society doesn't really support a healthy growing and aging and appreciating maturity and appreciating that. So, or with overweight, or, you know, whatever. You're too thin, you're too big, you are too short, you're too tall, you're never gonna make it. You hit for me. Okay, makes complete sense. Okay, fantastic. So let's do a little tapping. And tune in for a moment. If you would choose one area of your body or one body part, you don't have to, but sometimes that's helpful because we don't judge everything equally. What is one of the areas in your body or one body part that you judge the most? And let me know too, because I can incorporate that into the field. And the field is already working, by the way. You think like, well, we're not tapping yet, but we are tapping. In a way, we're tapping into this topic, and the field that is created and the soul that is coming in through the healing process. Every time you join the show, by the way, every time you join the show, I want to say this again, every time you don't join the show, something is working totally beyond what I'm talking about, totally beyond what you're experiencing. And there's always this field created every Monday. So you joining regularly will make a huge difference over time, whether you know it or not, or whether you realize it or not. Okay, so yeah, stomach, what other body parts? Yeah, belly, stomach, yeah, big one for me too, has always been one of like, yeah. Give me a few other body parts and areas. I want to incorporate that, especially if I feel you guys have similarities here. And if you haven't shared your number yet, how much you accept your body between 0 and 10, share with me. Be open. The more you share, the more you open yourself up to heal and reveal. Like it's just an invitation. There's no pressure here. You do whatever feels comfortable for you. But I want to invite you to dare a little bit today. Thighs with how many exclamation marks? 5, 4, 5. Wow, yeah. Thighs, stomach. Okay, so the two main areas for me always have been my breasts and my belly. Obviously, my breasts through the whole surgery and all my past experiences since I was 16 years old. But those two areas for me also number one and number two. So I'm with you on the stomach. Okay, I'm not getting any more comments at the moment. Please feel free to share them also if you're watching the replay. It is gonna make a difference for you if you focus and tune in and share. Okay, so how this is gonna work, and you can tap along already even though I'm sharing, and again, you can't do anything wrong. How this is gonna work, I'm gonna tap certain points, I'm gonna say certain phrases. And I invite you to repeat those phrases out loud where you are. And I'm gonna keep it general because this is a group setting. This is a basic sequence. This is not gonna necessarily, but it can resolve your deepest issue. But obviously you can reach out to me if you wanna do some private EFT or tapping work individually in more depth. Now I'm going to tap a certain points in here. I'm going to use a phrase that is similar to this, even though and then I will say, for example, even though I don't like my stomach, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. It can be something different, but I'm going to say certain phrases and then I'm asking you to repeat them in your own, and then I will do tapping points here or here or whatever comes. It could be in order, could not be in order, it could be something totally different. And then I'm going to do a short statement like, I hate my stomach, or my self-judgment, or I choose to love myself. Whatever I'm gonna say, repeat. And I wanna say only one other thing. It's already working, by the way. Someone is tapping with me, I can feel it. And you might think, oh, but you're repeating the negative. Yeah, we're working with the negative first, because tapping on the meridian point, it's like stimulating the block, and we are working through that belief or the self-judgment, because that's what we want to clear and release. So don't be afraid of, oh my God, if I'm going to say I hate my stomach, I'm going to make it worse. No, because you're saying that to yourself day in, day out, subconsciously already anyway. So we're bringing to light what's already stuck and blocked, and we are creating a release. Does that make sense? Are you good? Are we ready to go? Okay. Now I'm gonna start very simple. Tap on the side of your hand, and again, it doesn't matter if it's right or left. You can take one finger, two. I always like to tap with all my fingers, and makes it kind of easier. Okay, Emily's ready. Yes, and say, even though I don't like my body, I'm gonna be very general. So even though I don't like my body right now, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I don't accept my body at this moment, I choose to accept myself anyway. Even though I'm having a really hard time accepting my body, I choose to love and accept myself. Now tap the collarbone and say, I don't like my body. Tap underneath your eye and say, I don't like certain parts of my body. And you can think of your part. Think about, you can say, I don't like my stomach. I don't like my breasts. I don't like my thighs. Tap on the side of your eye and repeat that same statement. I don't like my thighs, or I don't like my stomach. I don't like my body. Tap on the inside of the eyebrow, the beginning of the eyebrow. I'm having a hard time accepting my body at this moment in time. Tap on the collarbone again. I'm having a hard time accepting my body. I'm having a hard time accepting my body. I have a resistance to accepting my body. I don't want to accept my body. I don't like my body. And you can even go, if that sounds true to you, I hate my body, or I hate my thighs, or I hate my stomach. Just do that. It's important. It's kind of the truth of the unconscious mind. Okay, take a nice deep breath. And without any expectations or any outcome, what you might feel is, and you feel maybe a little bit more calm, you feel a little bit more relaxed. That's already enough to start with. Now, let's do another round. Even though I really struggle to accept and love my body, I choose to be compassionate. Even though I really struggle to accept my body fully as it is right now, I choose to be compassionate with myself and to forgive myself. Even though I know better, I choose to forgive and accept myself. Collarbone. I know I should love my body. Eyebrow, underneath your eye. I know I am not my body. On the side of your eye. And yet I'm having such a hard time accepting my body. Eyebrow. I am ashamed. I feel bad about it. Tap on the top of your head. Take a deep breath. It's okay that I feel this way. Collarbone, it's okay that I feel this way. Eyebrow, not eyebrow, underneath your eye. It's okay that I feel this way. And tap underneath your arm, that's where the bra line is, and you can do it either this way, whatever works for you, one side. Take a deep breath, tap here, and say, it's okay that I feel this way. And relax, take a deep breath. Just tune in, close your eyes, feel your energy, feel your body. Whatever is happening and moving is good. Now let's do one more round here. Even though I'm obviously still not loving my body, I choose to accept my body just a little bit more right now. Let me repeat this. Even though I am not fully accepting my body right now, not yet, I choose to love myself just a little bit more. Even though I know it's a journey and it's not going to happen overnight, I choose to be in more acceptance of it in this very moment. Take a deep breath. Tap both of your collarbones and say, I choose to be more loving. Underneath your eye, I want to be more loving with myself and my body. My body deserves gentleness and care and love. Eyebrow. I'm choosing to be kind with my body today for the rest of the day. On the side of your eye, I always have a choice. Underneath your eye, I always have a choice. even for just a moment. Collarbone, I choose to accept my body as much as I can today. And it's a bit more than before. And that's good enough. Take a deep breath. Just kind of tune in, let it move. I feel the energy is really moving. There's something shifting. And again, it's not about perfection. It's not about, this might not clear all the deeper wounds and beliefs and traumas that you have on a physical, emotional level, but it is moving. I can feel it. It is happening. So trust the process. Now I invite you to take a hand and touch the area that you like the least. Could be your boobs, your stomach, your thighs, your nose, whatever it is for you. Just touch that for a moment. Touch that for a moment and imagine that it is like a friend that has been in pain, a friend that feels very judged and rejected. And you're there to console her or him. You're just giving her a hug. You just say, hey, it's okay, I see you. Maybe you have been mean, it's your body part. And you kind of like send compassion and love just to that particular place. And that doesn't mean that you suddenly love it. It means that you choose to send that energy to it. And then you keep focusing on that body area, on that area that you are right now. And tap on the side of the hand and say, even though I've been judging you for so long, and I'm really sorry for it, I choose to start to accept you more. Even though I'm still so judgmental when it comes to you, and you think about your stomach, your thighs, whatever it is for you. Even though I judge you, I accept myself and I choose to accept you in this moment, right here, right now. Collarbone, I'm sorry. Underneath your eye, please forgive me. Eyebrow, thank you. Third eye, in the middle of your forehead, it's a chakra point here. Just tap in the middle of your forehead. I love you. Take a deep breath. Think about that area again, the stomach, the thighs, your nose, your butt, your breasts, whatever it is for you. Tap on the collarbone. Tune into that area, send love and say, I'm sorry. Take a deep breath. Underneath your eye, please forgive me. Eyebrow, thank you. And your third eye, I love you. Now close your eyes for a moment. Relax your hands, relax your arms. Take a deep breath. Relax the muscles on your face, relax your base. Relax the muscles around your eyes and your jaw, your shoulders, your neck. And with your eyes closed, you imagine that you're tuning your inner eyes upwards. You don't open the eyes, but as if your eyes internally look up, slightly up to the upper part of your forehead. What it does is we shifting the energy to the upper third eye area that helps you to unhook and opens the doorway to reach higher to the crown and to the higher self and to connect to a higher energy, to a higher version, to your higher self, to God, to the soul, whatever you want to call it. And allow yourself to let the energy rise up. Let the energy move up, go to your higher self or place of wisdom, source, universe, existence. And choose a place where you can look at this part on your body from a higher perspective. With compassion, with kindness, and treat that part of your body for the rest of the day as if it is a friend and not the enemy. And take a nice deep breath and imagine for a moment you bring that energy that is from a higher place, you pour it down into your body and you let that energy, that soul infused, that love-based and compassionate energy pour down into that particular body part. And imagine it like a balm, like a soothing energy of love, compassion, and healing. Let that surround your body and that particular specific body part. And send love, compassion, and acceptance in that moment, in this present moment, right here, right now. And whenever you're ready, you can tap one last time on the side of your hand. You can keep your eyes open or closed. And you say, even though there might be more work to do, I choose to be as loving and kind as I can be today. And I am committed to loving my body a bit more every day. Collarbone. Even if it's not going to happen overnight, I choose to be kind to my body today. Eyebrow, and use your own body part, even though there's still layers, or there might be some more layers. I choose to be kind and gentle with my thighs or my stomach, with my breasts, with my ears, whatever it is. I choose to be more loving and kind today. And so it be. Take a deep breath. Yeah, Emily, I combined whatever was coming. Ho'oponopono seemed like the right thing to do. So yeah, if you recognize the statements from Ho'oponopono. So take a nice deep breath and tune in and let me know how you're feeling right now. What are you experiencing? What is the shift? Do you notice? Even if it's only, and again, the perfectionist, the inner critic, will come and say, oh yes, but. So don't focus on the but and what's not there yet. Focus on what is the shift, because I feel the shift. So you did have a shift. It could be a simple shift like I feel more relaxed, even you say, well, I don't like my stomach more, but I feel more relaxed or calm. That's a huge thing. So share with me, what are you experiencing? And or what's a takeaway from today? What's your biggest takeaway from this session today? What is your biggest takeaway experience from this Soul Infused Monday show today? Whether it's the tapping, whether it's what we spoke about, whether it's what I shared, what's your biggest takeaway? Take a moment and really tune in. What is your biggest takeaway? Tune in and share it in the comment section. And this has started something for you. So if you feel, hey, there's really some deeper work for me here to do, and you are looking for help, this is what I do with and for my clients. If you feel that you resonate with me and you want to work with me personally, private, send me a message and we can have a conversation and see how I can possibly help you, how that could look like. There's no pressure, there's no agenda. It's simply a conversation to find out how I can support you. If you resonate with me and you are looking to do some deeper work, then I invite you to reach out to me. So here are a few takeaways and experiences. I relieved some, that's wonderful. Definitely more relaxed and calm, great. My headache is less, I feel more relaxed, beautiful. And I reframed that, you say it's not so intense. I put it in the positive, you have less of a headache. Less, it's lighter. Feel more relaxed, beautiful. More loving acceptance, beautiful. Love and acceptance, beautiful. Because takeaway, I'm so much more than my physical appearance, as hard as it is to remember that every day. That is a great example, takeaway. Write it in a post-it, put it everywhere in your house, set yourself reminders on your phone. Remind yourself every day. And I know you get it, Tine, yeah. So if you're watching this on the replay, or if you haven't shared your takeaway yet, just leave a comment below. It will incorporate it for you stronger. It will deepen the process that you've been through, even though it might not feel like a lot. And again, I'm only able to scratch the surface here, and yet it's so powerful. So imagine how you can really dig deeper and do deeper work. Working with someone one-on-one, can be me, can be someone else. And if you resonate with me and it is me, send me a message. I'm happy to connect with you and have a conversation. Now, for the rest of the day, here's your to-do invitation. Focus and set the intention for the rest of the day. And it doesn't mean you're not going to judge yourself. It will happen. But every time you catch yourself, you look in the mirror, you judge your thighs, or you feel your belly and you think, ugh, shift right away. Take a breath. Choose to be kind. Say even, I'm sorry, I love you. Or if you don't love it, if you don't love it yet, say, I'm choosing to accept yourself, accept you as much as I can. You can always choose to be kind. From hating or not liking something to loving it is a huge step. So depending on where you are on that scale, you can always be kind and just lift up a little. Don't pretend you love something if you really hate it. You know, like the truth will be revealed. So thank you very much for being here today. That was a very beautiful, powerful session. I can feel the energy shifted. And if you have additional questions, if there's anything else you would like to share, or if you found this valuable, please share it. Leave me a review. Send me some love, whatever you feel like doing. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Come back next Monday, and I will see you there. Much love.